On May 2nd, 1963, over 1,000 black children in Birmingham skipped school to participate in marches protesting segregation. This action was known as the Children's Crusade. The students began their powerful march from the 16th Street Baptist Church, which served as a meeting place for civil rights leaders. White police officers, led by Commissioner Bull Connor, arrested hundreds of students that day and filled the Birmingham jails to capacity, leading the police to use the fairgrounds as a makeshift holding area for arrested children. Despite the arrest, hundreds more black children showed up the next day to march. Commissioner Bull Connor ordered police and fire departments to use brutal violence against the peaceful young protesters, including sicking German Shepherd police dogs on the children, firing high-powered water cannons at them, and beating them with clubs. Shocking pictures of children being brutalized by the police officers were shown in newspapers and on TV around the world, sparking a public outcry and leading President John F. Kennedy to support civil rights legislation. Just 4 months later, on Sunday morning, September 15th, 1963, members of the white supremacist terrorist organization, the Ku Klux Klan, planted a bomb underneath the 16th Street Baptist Church. The explosion injured dozens of church members and killed 4 girls who were in the church basement at the time. Denise McNair, 11 years old. Addie Mae Collins, 14 years old. Cynthia Wesley, 14 years old. And Carol Robertson, a Girl Scout, 14 years old. The brutal murder of 4 innocent girls horrified the nation. Historians now point to the bombing as a turning point in the civil rights movement, leading federal legislation on civil rights. Martin Luther King Jr. gave the eulogy and called the girls victims of one of the most vicious and tragic crimes ever perpetrated against humanity. They are the martyred heroines of Holy Crusade for freedom and human dignity. And so, this afternoon, in a real sense, they have something to say to each of us in their death. However, the Klansmen who committed the bombing, murdering the 4 little girls, were not brought to justice until 40 years later. Kelly Ingram Park in Birmingham, a gathering place for civil rights activists in the 1960s and today, is now filled with the statues depicting the acts of police brutality and violence against young protesters. Jarring images that awoke the nation to the truth of black excellence in Alabama at the time. Across from the 16th Street Baptist Church, where they lost their lives, the 4 little girls are remembered in life-size statues. Ballad of Birmingham by Dudley Randall. Mother dear, may I go downtown instead of out to play and march in the streets of Birmingham in a freedom march today? No, baby, no. You may not go, for the dogs are fierce and wild, and clubs and hoses, guns and jails aren't good for a little child. But mother, I won't be alone. Other children will go with me and march the streets of Birmingham to make our country free. No, baby, no. For I feared those guns will fire. But you may go to church instead and sing in the children's choir. She has combed and brushed her night dark hair and bathed rose petals sweet and drawn white gloves on her small brown hands and white shoes on her feet. The mother smiled to know that her child was in the sacred place, but that smile was the last smile to come upon her face. For when she heard the explosion, her eyes grew wet and wild. She raced through the streets of Birmingham calling for her child. She clawed through bits of glass and bricks. She lifted out a shoe. Oh, here's the shoe my baby wore. But baby, where are you?